I'm going to skip the introduction because hopefully you know me by now. But I've got 3 slides for you, essentially what we do on our family farm, how we manage change and build resilience into our business, and then finally the work that I do as the chairman of the NFU's Next Generation Policy Forum and the policy work that we're doing there. I think growing up on a family farm, you learn business from a very, very young age. Father's always told me we bought this farm when base rate was 15% back in the 1980s. So I agree with Tom that change is a constant. Yes, Brexit is massive, but change is always happening and we need to manage that. For example, our beef enterprise, in my lifetime, we've gone through BSE, we've gone through foot and mouth, we've gone through improved traceability standards, farm assurance, and currently TB as well. The beef enterprise at home now is 250 animals around a commercial suckler herd, and everything that we sell dead weight to the abattoirs. You'll see up on the right-hand side of the screen that we've invested in a new cattle handling system, and this helps us to be more productive, it improves the welfare of the animals, but also it helps keep myself and everybody else on the farm safe when working with the animals. We invested in this system through the help of a DEFRA grant as well, through the Farming and Forestry Improvement Scheme, and to be honest, without this grant we wouldn't be able to do that. So I think that's very, very important going forward. The cereals enterprise complements our beef enterprise. We've got about 500 acres of combinable crops. Again, last year I claimed a leader grant for a Claydon corn drill, which hopefully again makes us more productive and helps to cut our costs as well. So again, just trying to highlight that I think grants are very important. We also use digestate as a fertiliser to grow our crops. We feel it's a greener product, but also takes our reliance away from those fertiliser markets which are very, very volatile as well. So I think it's good to look at substitute products. We're very, very proud being higher level stewardship farmers and the environmental credentials that brings. It also brings another income stream into the business as well, and we also use it as a marketing tool as well to market to our customers. We have diversified the farm, and it is an important part of the business. But basically, we've got a maze on the farm, so we open up to the public. We've got an open farm. We've got a care farm as well, and we've got a farmhouse bed and breakfast. So I've always been taught to sweat every single asset, and I think we're going to have to do that even more going forward. So what do we do on our farm? Planning is so, so important. And last year, I actually wrote a Vision of the Future report for our business. This isn't a succession plan, it isn't just a business plan, but also it was looking at future planning applications as well. And I've presented this actually to our local district council as well, because I think it's good to show ourselves in a professional light and to take them with us as well. I'd also say, anybody who's been to university or college or even conferences like this, don't be afraid, like Tom says, with courage. Take things home and actually put them into action. Even if it's just 1 or 2 things, I think that's how you improve. It's that extra 1-2% that can make all the difference. I'm a firm believer of rational decision making as well. And sometimes working with family, there can be personal that comes into that, and it can get quite difficult. So I think try and keep those business decisions rational. I think working with professionals can definitely help. So sometimes if there's me and Dad at the kitchen table, if there's a professional there as well, it doesn't get quite so heated. But it is good to challenge as well. So yeah, professionals have definitely helped us. Also, it helps you to keep you want to keep your eye on your core business, on your day-to-day business as well, and they can look at the new projects for you. Know your strengths, but most importantly, know your weaknesses. And that's very, very important. With me and Father at home, I always joke, he likes to buy and I like to sell. So hopefully we complement each other quite well. Always been taught to negotiate hard, but be respectful in those negotiations. So I've always been taught actually not to sell one customer more than 25% of our product either. So we sell to different merchants, and we sell to different merchants, and we sell to different abattoirs. But for those of you who don't farm, I've also worked for other farms and taken orders from other farmers as well, and that's important. And if you are working for other farmers, don't be afraid to bring new ideas to the table as well, because you will get rewarded. So, moving on to the Next Generation Policy Forum. Yes, I've spoke about my business, but the Next Generation Policy Forum covers all sectors and all farming regions in England and Wales. So what have we identified going forward? We've identified the skills to run a business now are different to the skills that we needed in the past, and the skills in the future are going to be different again. So we need a multi-stakeholder approach to help farmers to make the most of future opportunities. An advisory service would help farmers to manage change, and we'd like to look at more of a carrot approach rather than a stick. And I mean, we've heard Michael go over this morning, so we'd like to move forward all together, and again, it's that multi-stakeholder approach. Volatility, I mean, the volatility I've experienced, so I bought fertiliser last summer at £160 a tonne. Today it's £240 a tonne. That's a 50% increase. So that is very aware in that is happening in our market. So again, make the most of those opportunities. Don't be afraid to ask for better payment terms. I also appreciate we're selling cattle on a spot price on our farm, and that does actually leave us exposed. So I would like to look at different mechanisms going forward. I've obviously highlighted the benefits of grants, but finally I'd like to just touch on the Young Farmer Top-Up Scheme. This is not utilised in this country as much as it is utilised in the rest of Europe, but while it is out there, I think it's only right that the NFU should be investigating what future mechanisms there should be in the future to facilitate generational renewal. But I'll stop there, and thank you very much.